back squat is probably our most technical and difficult lift. So before we do it with a barbell, we want to make sure we can do a good body weight squat. We want to start with our feet just slightly wider than shoulder width, and you can widen your stance over time if you need to. But for most people, just outside shoulder width is optimal. You can point your toes slightly out to the sides. For most people, this will help them slightly versus pointing their toes straight forward. To begin our back squat, we want to hinge at our hips and bend our knees to go straight down as deep as we can, coming up all at the same time. We want to squeeze our glutes at the top like this so that we stand straight up. Again, sit our butt back first, then bend our knees and go all the way down as far as we can. We also want to make sure not to push our butt back too far and not to only bend our knees. If we push our butt back too far when we're squatting, we'll be too bent over when we start to come up. This is a common problem. Just like straightening our legs too early coming up. It looks like this. Another common problem is people just bending their knees and not pushing their butt back at all. And finally, some people start off right, but don't sit back quite far enough and come up on their toes like you can see here. If you push your butt back further, you can keep your feet flat on the ground instead of coming up on your toes. Once we've mastered the body weight squat, we can add a barbell. As you can see, we want to pull our elbows back tight behind us, creating a nice stable shelf on our shoulders for the bar. We still push our butt back first and then bend our knees, going straight down as low as we can go. When we stand up, our hips and our chest move at the same time. If we can, our grip on the bar should be just outside shoulder width, and we want to pinch our elbows back together like this. If our shoulders are not flexible enough for that, we can take a wider grip like this. However, we still want to pinch our elbows back together. Our thumbs can go over or underneath the bar, but we want to try to keep our wrists straight. This will feel much better. You can put your entire hands over the bar if that still is uncomfortable for your wrists. Sometimes people have difficulties getting down deep enough in the squat, especially with typical sneakers like this. As I squat, notice the angle of my torso, how bent over I have to be to get down that low. However, if I add some small plates underneath my heels, as you can see here, and then squat, I can get all the way down, if not lower, and stay much more upright. I want the plates just under my heels, not all the way underneath the arch of my foot. Alternatively, I can also use weightlifting shoes like these. They do the same thing as the plates, but they're a little bit more comfortable.